Well, I think there's a huge change from elementary school. A lot of the parents that I meet have spent the early years with their child advocating for the child to get services for that child. So speech language, psychologists, educational testing, EAs in the classroom, supports built around those children in elementary school to help keep them moving along at grade level and filling in some of those deficits and difficulties that they've got. So the goal of that elementary piece all the way up to the end of grade 8 really is to build the toolkit so the student and the parents know what that child needs in order to be successful in a composite high school environment.
Once a student gets to high school, things look somewhat different. The way that services are delivered are different. SLPs don't work as much directly in the high schools, but we do have a role in supporting those students. Generally speaking, by the time a student does get to high school, they've been through the assessment process. They have an identification if that's what they need to have, that that's sort of the path they're on.
The role that the speech-language pathologist plays at high school level with Stephanie directly is very much focused on vocabulary expansion because of the language-rich curriculum at high school, but also in terms of social language. This is key for kids at high school. They really need to be able to have the skills to be able to carry on a conversation, keep a conversation, and above all, read the body language of their fellow students, because social is just really tops in everybody's mind at high school. They're all very self-conscious and wanting to fit in, and the SLP really plays a key role in terms of that social language.
Anxiety is one of the things that we're always dealing with. So where does the student go if they're feeling anxious? What is their plan if things aren't going well? Do they know where to go?
Well, what I would say to another student who has a learning disability, I would say that it is okay to raise up your hand and ask questions when you're not understanding things, and also to say if it's okay to go to the resource room, because the resource room has a lot of really good help and they would help you. Plus you would get your work done. Organization
is a huge part of parental engagement in the early part of high school. In grade 9 and grade 10, I love it when the parents are highly engaged and we get lots of quick emails back and forth, making sure that projects are being done on time. If we need an extension, I can help with that. But we're learning how to help the student organize and find their way through the high school setting. High school is a very different milieu than elementary school. You have a host of different teachers that happen throughout the year. So there's this bizarre mix of parent, teacher, LST, guidance counselor, and you're never sure at any given time who's going to make the connection with the student to give them the success they need in that course.
In working with students specifically with language comprehension difficulties, it's important to really allow them the time to express themselves. So allowing them chunking of activities, different options for receiving materials, so whether that be watching a video or creating something graphically or reading something graphically.
The goal then is when they arrive in grade 11, they're able to walk into a class and say, "Hi, my name's John, and I need this from you and I need this from you, and when I write tests I'll do this, but at the end of the semester we'll all be at the same place." That's what teachers are looking for, is that advocacy piece when they get to grade 11. So parent engagement in grade 9 and 10 is quite high, but it needs to taper off almost to nothing when we get to the end of grade 12, because now they're on their own.